Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC P0507 indicates that the idle control system RPM is higher than the expected level for a 2023 Honda Accord. This occurs when the actual idle speed exceeds the target speed by a defined threshold, prompting the Powertrain Control Module (PCM) to store this trouble code. In modern vehicles, effective idle control is critical for optimal performance, fuel efficiency, and minimizing emissions. Idle speed is managed by components such as the throttle body and vacuum systems, making it essential to diagnose correctly to avoid potential engine performance issues. The presence of this DTC suggests that a thorough inspection of the vehicle's air intake and associated systems is necessary to identify any abnormalities or failures contributing to the elevated RPM. It's important to follow a structured diagnostic approach for effective troubleshooting of this code. The DTC P0507 signifies that the actual idle RPM is greater than the permissible RPM established by the vehicle's PCM, which automates engine management. When the PCM detects this discrepancy, it logs the DTC to indicate a malfunction in the idle control system. Critical components involved include the throttle body, which regulates airflow to the engine, and the positive crankcase ventilation (PCV) valve, which recirculates gases from the crankcase. The throttle body, specifically, is usually located near the intake manifold, where it guides air into the engine based on driver input. Since the idle function is vital for vehicle operation during stopping or low-speed scenarios, understanding the role and location of these components is essential for effective diagnostics and repair. This DTC can lead to rough idling, stalling, or increased fuel consumption if left unaddressed. Several factors can trigger the DTC P0507, primarily revolving around issues in the vehicle's intake air system, PCV system, and evap system. Vacuum leaks are a leading cause. If air is drawn into the engine without proper metering through the throttle body, it can cause higher than expected RPMs. Components like the PCV valve and its associated hoses are susceptible to wear and failure, affecting the engine's ability to maintain regulated idle speed. The evap system, which captures evaporative emissions, can contribute to idle speed irregularities if components malfunction. It's important to systematically inspect these areas to identify any faults that could be causing the abnormal behavior registered by the PCM. Each of these causes can impact engine performance and fuel efficiency, making prompt attention necessary. When the DTC P0507 is present, several symptoms may become apparent to the driver. The most notable is a high idle RPM, which can lead to an unusual engine sound when stopped, such as a discernible revving. This symptom often indicates that the engine is trying to compensate for airflow discrepancies. Additionally, drivers may experience a rough engine idle, characterized by vibration or instability while the vehicle is stationary, which can be both annoying and indicative of deeper issues. Another common symptom is increased fuel consumption. An engine that idles high is generally using more fuel than necessary, leading to decreased overall efficiency. Recognizing these symptoms early is crucial for taking appropriate action before they develop into more severe issues affecting vehicle performance or drivability. The first troubleshooting step for DTC P0507 involves starting the engine and holding the engine speed at 3,000 RPM without any load, which means the vehicle should be in either park or neutral. This procedure allows the technician to simulate conditions under which the idle control might be tested. The purpose of monitoring the RPM at this elevated speed is to check for the activation of the radiator fan. which typically indicates that the engine is reaching operating temperature. After holding the RPM, the engine must be allowed to idle for at least 20 seconds to stabilize the idle condition. During this period, the technician should closely observe the HDS, or Honda Diagnostic System, for the DTC status. This step is foundational as it prepares the technician for deeper diagnostics by confirming whether the DTC reappears after simulating the expected operational conditions. In the second step of troubleshooting DTC P0507, you will monitor the HDS for the presence of the trouble code. After conducting the initial engine run and idling period, check the display for the DTC P0507. If this trouble code appears on the HDS, it confirms that the idle control system is still malfunctioning, which necessitates further investigation into the underlying issues. Should the code not be present, it may indicate that the initial conditions related to the idle were resolved, or the malfunction is intermittent. However, seeing the DTC confirms that something in the vehicle's idle control system requires attention. This step aids the technician in determining whether to continue with deeper diagnostics or evaluate potential temporary fixes based on engine performance and current diagnostic data. The third step involves conducting a visual inspection of the intake system and its related components. Start by checking the integrity of the intake air duct, intake manifold, and throttle body for any signs of vacuum leaks. A vacuum leak can cause unmetered air to enter the engine, resulting in higher idle speeds than expected. Special attention should also be given to the PCV valve and its hoses, as they are crucial for managing engine pressure and preventing airflow imbalances. Ensure that the evap canister purge valve is functioning correctly, as failures here can also manifest as RPM anomalies. This inspection is not only about visual cues, but also about physically verifying connections and seals to ensure a proper fit. This vital step prepares the pathway for identifying any defective components affecting the idle control system. After completing necessary repairs associated with DTC P0507, it is essential to perform a final verification of repairs undertaken. Begin by rechecking the idle RPM to ensure it aligns with the manufacturer's specifications, confirming that any adjustments or replacements have resolved the issue. Next, utilize the HDS to clear the DTC from the PCM, allowing the system to reset itself and monitor the vehicle for any recurrences of the trouble code. It is crucial to conduct a retest by allowing the engine to idle and observing if the DTC reappears. If normal operation is confirmed with no signs of higher than expected RPMs, this indicates that the repairs made were successful. This final step helps ensure that the vehicle operates correctly and reliably, minimizing the risk of future idle control issues. To prevent recurring issues related to DTC P0507, implementing preventive maintenance is key. A regular inspection of the vehicle's air intake system should be scheduled to ensure seals, hoses, and connections remain intact and free from leaks. The PCV and evap systems also require periodic checks to ensure that they function properly, as these systems prevent pressure buildup and manage emissions effectively. Conducting consistent engine diagnostics using the HDS can pinpoint potential issues before they escalate into significant malfunctions. Maintaining routine vehicle service, including changing air filters and inspecting hoses, not only enhances performance, but could also significantly improve fuel efficiency. Taking these preventive measures can help extend the lifespan of engine components and provide a smoother driving experience. In conclusion, understanding and addressing DTC P0507 is critical for maintaining optimal vehicle performance in the Honda Accord 2023 and newer models. Recognizing that this DTC relates to higher than expected idle speeds allows technicians to focus on the relevant systems, particularly intake, PCV, and EVAP components. A structured approach to diagnostics ensures that technicians can efficiently isolate and rectify root causes. Furthermore, by engaging in preventive maintenance, such as routine inspections and checks on critical components, drivers can significantly reduce the risk of encountering this DTC in the future. Lastly, prompt identification and resolution of engine performance issues lead to enhanced fuel efficiency and overall vehicle reliability. Adhering to these guidelines will help keep your vehicle running smoothly and effectively. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.